All right, good evening. It is Friday, March 28th, 2025 at 9:46 p.m. Harney County Court is in session for an emergency session for the purpose of revising the declaration of emergency due to flooding in the Burns and Harney County area. Couple of notable differences from our previous uh, declaration is that due to the flooding waters, is creating an environmental health hazard concerns due to the inundation of the sewer system, the Burns sewer system. That was not in our previous declaration, and because of the impacts of that, we will be amending our declaration this evening. Present is myself, Judge Hart, Commissioner Frank, and via Zoom is Commissioner Doro. The declaration, I'll have to have this added to the website and everything on Monday when administrative staff are back in the office. But the County of Harney Court declaration of local disaster. Whereas Harney County is currently experiencing significant flood due to rapid snow melt, which has resulted in hazardous conditions, sewer system damage, and overflow in floodwaters, creating contaminated floodwater, road closures, property damage, and increased risk to environmental health and human safety. Whereas previous weather forecasts indicated that continued warming would exacerbate flooding, this has caused rivers and streams to rise to dangerous levels over the past week. Future predicted weather conditions of increased precipitation are indicative of making a currently dangerous situation catastrophic. Whereas the excessive flooding has impacted critical infrastructure, sewer system damage is occurring and mixed with floodwater and creating environmental health hazard concerns. Bridges, culverts, and public roadways have become inundated with water. This is disrupting emergency response, local commerce, essential services, and impacts human health. And whereas public and private property, including homes, businesses, agricultural land, and livestock, are underwater due to flooding in low-lying areas. And whereas there is continuous threat of additional flooding as the snow continues to melt and the sewage system continues to be overwhelmed with groundwater saturation that will add to the devastation currently being experienced. And whereas the resources necessary to respond effectively to this emergency exceed the current capabilities of Harney County, and additional assistance is required to protect life, property, and the environment. Now therefore be it resolved that the Harney County Court, pursuant to ORS 401.309 and all other applicable laws, hereby declares that a state of emergency exists in Harney County due to ongoing and continuous flooding and sewer system failure, which has created contaminated floodwaters and environmental concerns. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Harney County Court, the state of emergency exists for Harney County due to catastrophic flooding and sewage creating environmental health hazards, the imminent threat of additional flooding in Harney County and in the unincorporated county. The emergency powers and operations of the county hereby invoked, and the county's personnel and resources are ordered and authorized to perform all functions specified in ORS 401.309. The declaration shall take effect immediately and be declared to be ongoing and continuing until the flooding threat has subsided and recovery efforts are adequately underway, or until further action is taken by the Harney County Court. The county is authorized to request all assistance available to Harney County pursuant to the laws of the state of the United States of America and the laws of the state of Oregon, the ordinances of Harney County, and activate all applicable mutual aid agreements. The Harney County EOP Flood Annex Plan has been implemented. The county court requests that the Honorable Tina Kotek, Governor of the state of Oregon, declare a local disaster and state of emergency exists in Harney County. The county court requests that the Honorable Tom Vilsack, Secretary of the United States Department of Agriculture, to expedite assistance to local agricultural industries, producers who have suffered extensive and ongoing loss from the flooding. Adopted by the Harney County Court this 28th day of March 2025. Any discussion?
I move to accept the declaration of local disaster as presented.
A second.
A motion has been made and seconded to accept and approve the declaration of local disaster as read. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And nay. And hearing none, motion carries. That's all we have. Just a brief session here to make this declaration. And that's all we have. Thank you, everybody. Commissioner Doro, I won't have access to your digital signature. Holly's got that on.
I can send it to you on an email if you want.
Or
just you two can sign it and do whatever.
I was gonna say, just for the record, if you're okay with it, I mean, you're present, but two of us is a quorum. So if that's okay, we'll just sign it so we can get it back to the emergency manager and have them get it forwarded on to the governor.
The sooner the better. Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. So with that being taken care of and said, then we shall be adjourned.
Night, Patty.
Thank you. Good night.
Have a good evening.